Hello everybody, welcome to Color Your World. Well, guess what? Today we're going on a bit of a field trip. Now, there's a couple different stores you can go to. You can go to your local gaming store. They may carry paints and brushes and all the things that you need. But we're going to go is down to a Hobby Lobby, and what you're going to see is we're going to take a look, and I'm going to show you all the things that you can get. And then we're going to come back and we're going to take a look at the things that you do need. We're going to talk about different things and give you different options to help you get going painting. Remember, our whole mission is to reach out to the beginner. So you guys, the one that's going to put a whole bunch of comments on all the things that, oh, well, you should get this instead and that instead. No. Go. Game nights. Game Night just did a video. Go watch that. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Now, we're talking back to you guys. Listen, we are going to show you the beginning ways. There are so many different ways, but I'm going to show you because what the whole point of this very segment is to get you to pick up a brush with you and your children, or just you yourself, you and your wife, whatever, and start to color your world. That's what we want you to do. So we're going to show you the very basic things that you're going to need, and then we're going to break down each one of those components in coming episodes, and then eventually we're going to start painting. I'm going to show you because we're going to start on something, and at some point you're going to see a figure that we're going to start and we're going to practice on. Now, we're going to start painting probably a couple episodes from now, but you need to learn about each individual thing. You need to learn about paint, brushes, how to clean your brushes, and priming before we pick up that miniature for the first time and I start showing you all the different techniques, which will take forever. How to paint yellows, how to dry brush, how to shade, all these wonderful things, and we're all going to experience this. Now, we're also going to be doing some painting videos on here. So I want you to also watch those. You may not understand what's happening, but it'll help you when we come back and we do these subjects. So without further ado, let's take a trip to Hobby Lobby and see some of the things that you're going to need to start painting. Here we go. Now right here we're going to be taking a look at some brushes. Okay, these are middle range brushes and they're going to be perfect for learning, and they're cheap and affordable. As you can see, you get a bunch of them in there and they're perfect for what the kind of paint that we're going to be pushing around, acrylic paint. Here's a little more, just $1 more expensive, but you're getting plenty of brushes in there, different shapes and sizes. Look at all those different shapes and sizes you get, and they're perfect, and they're nylon, and they're good enough to paint miniatures. I use them all the time. The things you want to stay away from are these huge packs here with the bristle brushes. Very bad. As you see, I finger wagged that one. So you definitely don't want those. But eventually you're going to want, and if you start doing this, you're going to want to get some of these Master Touch, or you can get an Army Builder or anything like that. These more expensive brushes, where one brush is pretty much going to cost you what it would cost for one of those packs. But these are very, very good brushes, and you're going to want to keep those clean, and we'll be talking about that going forward. And we're going to have a whole episode about brushes, so you're going to learn all about how they work. But you see how small the detail brush is. Here is a water container that you are going to clean your brush with. Now, you can use a cup. You don't have to pick this up, but it's nice to have. It cleans your brush real well. Here's a jar with a wire in there, and that's for cleaning brushes. And there is a chemical, actually, that they have to keep and preserve your brushes. It comes in variant sizes, so if you're just getting started, you can get this little one here. I think it's like $5.99. Especially if you're on a shoestring budget here, learning how to do this. And then, of course, palettes, so you can mix your paint. You want to have a palette so you can mix colors and do things, but we're going to be talking all about this. And if you're a beginner, you really don't need these off the bat unless you're using a Vallejo where you need to spill them into something. This is primer. Now, primer is very important. We're going to be talking a whole episode about that, but this one here says paint and prime You don't want this. It really is hard on your miniatures. It takes a long time to dry. See, I finger wagged it, so that means you definitely don't want that one for sure. And here is exactly what you do want. You want to make sure it just says primer. Oh no, that's that one there. I made a mistake. That one said paint and primer. See, you got to make sure you look. There, we found it. There it is. Just says primer, and that's white. Okay, now there's a reason you use white and there's a reason you use black, but we'll handle that when we talk about primers. And as you can see, these are just primer only. That's what you want. Make sure it says it on the can. It's going to dry a lot faster, and it's going to provide a coat so you can paint over your miniatures and really get them to the quality you want. Here are some paints. Now, these are about as cheap a paints as you can get. These are Americana and the Folk Art. They're not horrible. Yeah, exactly. They're so-so. They're not the greatest, but they're going to do what you need it to do. They might become streaky. It's because the quality of the paint is so low, but you can get them for $1 a piece. The thing you want to stay away from is the apple paints. Okay, that's these over here, and they're not that, no way. See, finger wag. Don't get those. You definitely don't want those because those are horrible, and you can see those big jugs of it. See, it's just a cheaper paint, and there's a reason it's 30% off. Here's the kind of stuff that you want to get, like Vallejo, P3, Army Builder. You can find Vallejo, though, a limited selection, and you can find it at Hobby Lobby if you have one near you. These are good, solid paints. Great acrylic paint. That's what we want. But we don't want enamel paint. Look, stay away from the testers. It's not very good for what we want to accomplish, and it takes forever to dry. Where acrylic is water-based, is going to dry very quickly, and it's a very good tried proven paint. Now they have some sets here, but you can get some GW sets too, which will come with a model and a brush, and those might be cost effective and have everything that you need, because what you need to get started is paints, a brush, and a good miniature and a cup of water. That's all we need to get going. But I'm showing you some of the stuff that you want to have in case you want to get going, and these Vallejos are just perfect. You can get enough of them, and they have enough color selection for you. There you have it. We've covered it all at Hobby Lobby, and I showed you some of the things that you're going to need. Let's go up top. Well, there you have it. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. We kind of broke down everything. Now you know the things that you kind of need, and you can fit it into your budget and make it work so we can go on to the next step. There are easy ways to do it, to break it down so it's not a lot of cost. Or if you really want to buy in and you think this is something that you really want to do, we gave you another option. We gave you a couple of different options to really get going and follow along with this wonderful segment that we're going to be doing. And most importantly, start coloring your world. So for the guys and gals at BGG, this great forum that we have, and myself, Rob Oren, until next time, we'll see you soon.